Hi everyone, it's Joy. And for those of you who may be new to my YouTube channel, I am a demonstrator from the Denver, Colorado area. And I am participating in a bundle bonus program with other demonstrators where we all record videos for a certain bundle of products. So this is going to be featuring the bundle of products called Butterfly Brilliance, and it comes with the Brilliant Wings dies. It is listed as a bundle, and so you get the bundle discount in the annual catalog, which goes until April of 2022. So you don't have very much longer to get this at the bundled price. So let's take a look. It is in this catalog. It comes with all these beautiful butterflies that are on one big large stamp, and then it has the die set, and it is at a bundled savings price through the end of this catalog. So that will be through the end of April. And then so let me show you these dies. They have all these great little dies. You have the detailed dies, which we will not be using today. And then you have this very large die, which goes with the stamp set. And it lines up exactly with this stamp set. And all these butterflies are connected, so you can stamp them all at once. And then you can cut them out all at once. I'm also going to be using this Threw It Together stamp set because I need a greeting on this card. This is my sample. It looks very beautiful. I am also going to be using the Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper. The Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper is an absolutely gorgeous paper. It has all these kind of looks like an alcohol ink background technique, and one side has these fabulous gold touches, and then the other side is just a matte. So I am using the piece that has the gold stripes on one side, and then the pale papaya alcohol ink look on the other piece. So as you can see, you have the stripes, and then you have this alcohol ink piece in the pale papaya. To start off, we need a card base of the basic white thick. The thick cardstock is a much better choice if you're using it as your card base rather than the regular basic white. And this is for an A2, which is what we use here in the United States. And we also use inches, but I will try to give you some of the metric measurements as well. It is 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches. Now, if you are using an A4 card base and you are using metric, your card base would be 14.9 centimeters by 21 centimeters. And then, of course, we have a score line to fold it in half at the 4.25 inch mark. And then for metric, it's 10.5 centimeters. So let's go ahead and get our card base folded. And use our bone folder to make a nice crisp crease. And then we are going to bring in our Stamparatus. I love my Stamparatus. It is just an amazing tool. And I am going to go ahead. I want to have it like this. And I have some very sticky Post-it notes. These are the full stick ones. So they have sticky parts all along the note, not just at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and apply those because I don't want any of these butterflies to show up on the back of my card. So this will mask them. there we have it. And let's see, I need to figure out where this needs to go on here. Okay, I think it needs to go right along here. So this these lines here on the grid paper that coordinates with the Stamparatus, it is sized to fit the Stamparatus. And then double check that, and that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to bring in some pale papaya ink. Now that we have it inked, I'm going to bring it over to my card base, and I'm going to use just a standard dry erase eraser. That helps me give this some kind of even pressure. Now let's take a look and see what we have. Okay, that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good for a background. I'm not going to worry about these two pieces over here, but if I did, I could go ahead and I could do it, and I could, you know, apply that ink, or even maybe bring my ink pad in and do that again. So go ahead, and I'm going to be covering this up with some designer series paper, so that is why I am not worried about that edge there. Now let's remove these post-it notes. Fold this in half again, and then can bring in this designer series paper, and we can go ahead and apply that. As you can see, it has this gorgeous gold on one side, and then the pale papaya alcohol ink look on the other side. And we're just lining that up exactly on the top and bottom and that folded edge. Let's move this card out of the way while I bring my Stamparatus back in and my Stampin' Chamois. I've cut my chamois in half so that is easier. And as you can see, I've used this a lot, but you just rinse it out and then go ahead and use some, mild soap and water. That will work as well if you need it, but it will have some staining, but as long as you rinse that ink out, it will still be perfectly fine to come back in and use it to take the ink off a stamp another time. So now I need this again, and I need a piece of basic white. This is the regular basic white, and I need to get just this butterfly here. So I have done a piece that is approximately 3.5 inches by 4.5 inches, or 9 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters. And there we go. So I can line it up, this grid line here and this grid line here. Line that up. Take my magnet, and it will only fit down at the bottom here. And it needs to go over a little bit further because I don't want to interfere with this part of the stamp. Not that I need that butterfly, I just won't get a very good image if it's not laying flat. So let's bring in some of the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And I'm going to ink it up just in this general area, but making sure that I get this big kind of a monarch looking butterfly here. Let's take a look. Oh, that looks beautiful. So now I have this piece, and to save some time, I've gone ahead and I have die cut one. So this would be die cut out with those dies that I showed you at the beginning. And I've gone ahead, die cut it, and I've actually colored it with our blends. I have used Pumpkin Pie, Daffodil Delight, and So Saffron. I've used the light So Saffron, the dark Daffodil Delight, and the dark Pumpkin Pie, and I have gone ahead and colored that. Oh, I have also used the dark Smoky Slate that I've done for the body of my butterfly. So I've gone ahead and done that to save some time. Let's go ahead and bring this back in and bring in a piece of this Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper, and I'm going to use the Pale Papaya side this time. Now, if you like this Expressions in Ink Designer Series paper, you need to order it quickly, because it is on the retired list and will not be returning in the new 2023 annual catalog. So let's go ahead and get this on here, and I've taken a piece of the pumpkin pie and layered it around this piece. Now all the measurements will be included at the end. This the Designer Series paper piece is 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. It is a square piece. That would be let's see, 7 centimeters by 7 centimeters, and then the pumpkin pie piece is 3 inches by 3 inches, and that would be 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. So we can go ahead and attach this to our card base. Let's go ahead and bring our sample back in for reference. And I'm gonna just, oh, first I need some ribbon. Don't want to forget the ribbon. I'm using some of this very pretty bumblebee gingham ribbon, because as you can see, I'm kind of got the yellows and oranges with the gold accents. And this is another item that is on the retired list, so you want to order this right away in order to get this. But if you happen to be watching this video later on, after these items are no longer available, you can always substitute with something else. So I want to go ahead and I want to bring in a ruler. Let's move some things out of the way here. And I want to do about 2 3/4 inches or 7 centimeters. Bring in my paper snips. And then I need another piece that's, about 5 inches. And now I'm going to attach this to my element here, my layered element. And it's going to go approximately here. Put a little bit of the Stampin' Seal. I like the Stampin' Seal because it's kind of, no mess. And that is our tape runner, the Stampin' Seal. And then I can go ahead and put this on my card base. So this goes, let's see if I can coordinate it with what I've done with this one so that they're approximately the same. No two cards are 100% exactly the same. Sometimes you can get them pretty darn close though. So now let's see, let's bring in a piece of just a scrap piece that is approximately half an inch. Let's see, and our Memento ink again, and then from the stamp set, the Threw It Together stamp set, I am using the Don't Let Worry Spoil Your Happy. I really like that sentiment. I think we often just become very worrisome, and then it gets in the way of our contentment and happiness. Well, it's not exactly straight, but I did go ahead of time and did one straight. So, because I wasn't sure I could get it straight on camera. So I went ahead and did that. And I'm going to just trim this off. And then I'm going to make a little tail with my paper snips. So you come in and do a slit in the middle, and then a slit from the edge into the middle. There we go. So now we have our little fishtail there. And we have that piece ready to go. We just need some of the mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this piece. And this is going to go right here on this ribbon here, kind of hanging off the edge a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this ribbon just a little bit. There we have our nice angled edges. And then for the butterfly, I need some Stampin' Dimensionals on this wing part. I'm not going to put it in the middle. I'm going to do something else in the middle. I'm going to put this, leaving a gap where the body is. And I'm going to double stack these so that when it goes through the mail, these wings don't just completely squash down, so that they look like they're raised up. And then I need some of my tape runner. No, the tape runner isn't going to work, so I'm going to use the multi-purpose liquid glue. The reason the tape runner wouldn't work is I couldn't get the tape runner in between those dimensionals. It's always good to have lots of different types of adhesive. So now I'm going to attach this, and I want to attach the body down onto the card. And then we still have our wings coming up. Now, one last thing we need for the outside of this, I'm using some of the classic matte dots, and I'm going to use the black ones, and I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to see if the putty end will work for me this time. And I'm going to grab one of these and just put it here on the body of my butterfly. So I've got 3 of these on the body of my butterfly. So that gives it just a little extra texture. I hope that you can see that really well. And you can feel the texture, that's for sure. That will make this card extra special. And then I've gone ahead and I have a thin strip of the same designer series paper, and I'm going to put that on the inside to give the inside a little interest. So let's go ahead and bring in our multi-purpose liquid glue. The multi-purpose liquid glue gives you just a little bit of wiggle room, so you can move things around just a little bit. And I've left it blank on the inside so that I can write a very personalized note on the inside. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this bundle bonus presentation of the Butterfly Wings bundle. Again, it is the Butterfly Wings stamp set and the Brilliant Wings dies. So if you watch this after you can get these as a bundle, you can go ahead and order those items separately. So if you have enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like. And until next time, bye.